This is critically important for our state, and we need to make sure that we have the tools to compete. We need to level the playing field for Nebraska.
A constitutional amendment will be on the ballot in November, impacting airports across Nebraska. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. The bipartisan measure already passed in the legislature this past session.
That's right. Many hope it will impact the growth of airports all across the state, and in turn, hopefully, it will improve the state's economy. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez spoke with area airports about why they feel this is so important.
It's uncommon for things to pass unanimously in the Nebraska legislature, but Amendment 1, coined Grow Nebraska, gained support from every senator and will now be on the ballot in November for you to decide.
This is a priority small thing with big impact. This is a very tiny change to our Constitution, simply giving Nebraska the ability to compete for airlines like every other state.
Currently, the Federal Aviation Association is struggling with a significant pilot shortage.
That is putting a great deal of strain on airlines to be very, very selective about where they're investing, about where they're committing to serve, and whether or not they're growing in a community or they're leaving in a community.
Now let's break down what this amendment would actually do. Now, it wouldn't change the amount of funds that airports have to spend, just how they're able to use those funds. Right now, the state constitution does not allow this to happen, and airports say that they are not able to compete with surrounding states. In turn, they're losing airlines and flight options.
The Nebraska Constitution actually prohibited us from using our own funding to attract airlines.
We do not have access to the same tools that states across the country currently are utilizing to grow the network and the access that of flights and routes that commercial air service is currently providing to them.
The hope is, with more flight options, it will attract more business and possibly even lower ticket prices. They fear if it doesn't pass, they might continue to lose flights.
Here in Lincoln, we lost Delta to COVID, basically, in the pilot shortage. But at this point, to get Delta back, we would likely have to offer a minimum revenue guarantee, and there's limited places that we can get that. And this constitutional amendment, if it passes, would allow us to potentially fund a minimum revenue guarantee to get them back.
Today, Nebraska's 9 commercial airports support over 66,000 jobs and brings in around $6.1 billion annually. This amendment will be on the ballot in the upcoming election on November 8th. Reporting in Lincoln, Ariana Martinez, Channel 8 News.